And welcome back to Patience is a Virtue, the YouTube channel devoted to finding value in future sports wagering. I'm your host, Andrew, and on today's episode, I've got a couple picks for the upcoming NBA Finals, which start on Thursday between the Eastern Conference champion Indiana Pacers and the Western Conference champion Oklahoma City Thunder. So the first pick I'm going to be looking at is for the series to end in specifically 5 games. And that can be either team winning. It's that the series is going to end in 5 games. Now, the reason I like this bet, and by the way, best price you can find to end in 5 games is at plus 230 over at DraftKings, is because I do expect Oklahoma City to be able to hold serve at home and to win the first 2 games. And then I think Indiana is going to be able to take one of the 2 games back in Indianapolis, but I do think Oklahoma City is going to be able to get one of those as well, which means you're going to have Oklahoma City looking to close it out in game 5 on their home court. And I really don't see the Pacers being able to stop them. I think this is going to be a competitive series, and a lot of people are sleeping on how good Indiana truly is. But I'm not quite certain if that underestimation is going to actually translate into wins within the series. I do think Oklahoma City are the rightful favorites, and there's a good chance that they are going to be able to win the series and probably able to win in 5, possibly 6 games. But what I really like about it ending in 5 games is that it gives you 2 different hedge opportunities. So if the Thunder are up 3-0 after the first 3 games, you can take a look at possibly betting on the Thunder to win game 4 and thus completing a sweep if you think that that is a good option. And therefore you can hedge out of your series ending in 5 bets, or ending in 5 games, I should say. Or if it's looking like the series is going to go to 2-2, and if the Pacers probably take 1 game in Oklahoma City, they split there. Maybe the Pacers hold home serve in game 3. Then you might want to take a look at it going to 6 games if you think Oklahoma City are going to be able to win one of the next 2 games. So again, I like the idea of betting on it ending specifically in 5 games because it gives you a hedge opportunity on both sides. But I do also think that this is the most realistic outcome in terms of the number of games for this series. I think Oklahoma City are probably going to win it in a gentleman's sweep, probably going to go 4-1 with them holding serve at home, the 2 teams splitting in Indianapolis, and then Oklahoma City closing out in game 5. So that is the first pick that I'm kind of looking at for this series. The second one I'm going to take a look at is for Oklahoma City to be leading 3-0 after the 3rd game. And you can find this at all the sports book as well. They're going to call it something a little bit different, but basically it's Oklahoma City to be leading 3-0 after 3 games. Best price I am finding is plus 170 over at MGM. This sort of takes the same tactic in terms of how I think the series is going to play out. I do expect Oklahoma City to have a 2-0 lead after 2 games. And then at that point, if you want to hedge, you really can take a look at betting on Oklahoma City, or excuse me, betting on the Pacers to win in game 3. And that way you'll hedge out of your ticket. What I think will be good about this bet is that even though they'll be at home, if Oklahoma City is able to win the first 2 games, I think there's a very good chance that they'll be favored even on the road. So you'd be able to get the Pacers at a plus money price in game 3 if you wanted to look on the other side of that bet. So those are the 2 bets that I am looking at. I did want to actually mention, going back to the previous bet on it ending in 5 games, something else that you can think about if you want to do this. You can also look to set up an arbitrage, an arbitrage position, because you can take the series ending in exactly 5 games, and then you can also look to find a series ending in over 5.5 games. Now, those are going to be listed in 2 different areas of the sports books, but they should all have it. And the over 5.5 games is generally at plus money. So you're getting both these bets at plus money. All you really got to do is worry about it being a sweep, right? As long as it's not a sweep, then you're going to cash either way. Of course, you are going to be cutting in your profit by making 2 different bets, but it is a way to have a very good chance of guaranteeing some kind of profit. One thing that you do want to make sure you make note of is that if you do decide to place this, do not place it at the same sports book. You're going to have to look for the best prices you can find at 2 different sports books. If you place it at the same one, that's going to send up a flag to their traders. So again, please don't make that bet at the same sports book if you're going to look to do it. That's just a good thing to keep in mind. And that's going to do it for this episode of Patience is a Virtue. Always remember to gamble responsibly, never bet more than you can afford to lose, and remember, patience is a virtue.